I think that for me, I feel like what you said, how Ghana was inviting African Americans back, and I've learned a lot because I'm Nigerian American, so I grew up in America. I grew up as a black woman. When you look at me, I'm a black woman. You don't know that my parents are from Nigeria, right? And so I've had to have that dual identity in a sense because, you know, I'm not Nigerian enough, you know what I mean? But I'm not American, like I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm in the middle. And so for me, I feel like the way that we create those new narratives and the way that we empower ourselves is by connecting. You said over 1 million visas. Black people in America have like a buying power of over, like, I think our buying power surpasses 1 trillion right now. You know what I mean? So if we can take that buying power, you know, and empower those African countries and kind of connect, right? Then we can do some big things, right? We can have our doctors going back home, you know what I mean? As long as they feel comfortable to be home, right? And so I think that's what Ghana did. It made Black people feel comfortable to say, oh, I'm going to Ghana. I feel like I have a place to go. These people want me here, which I think in the past didn't exist. I think there was like a division, and now we're slowly connecting, and I think we're doing it through entertainment. It was Black Panther, you know, and all of these. It was you know, these African artists partnering with Drake and all these, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, it was entertainment that made people feel comfortable because it was cool to be African, right? And so I think that moving forward, if we want to, you know, I don't like to talk about money all the time, but money is so big. We have to own the culture, you know? I remember there was something that Rich, who's the owner of Essence, I remember he said something that was really interesting. He said the people that own Black culture are not Black, right? But they can't own us faster than we create new culture, right? So by the time they own Fleek, we're already on another. We're like, that's old. You know what I mean? And so that is the beauty of our culture. We continue to reinvent ourselves faster than they can own us, but now it's time to own our own culture. You know what I mean? And so I think that if we all come together, we can do that. We could be a more powerful force. Whenever I go back to Nigeria, Ghana, and I'm talking to the girls, one thing they'll say is, well, stop, you know, we don't want our girls to be, you know, city girls or whatever and things like that. Again, creating new narratives, because now, I mean, I remember it would be so hard to see, look, James Bond movie. You know what I mean? And having a Black female lead, she doesn't look anything like Beyonce. She's beautiful, and we can look up to her. You know what I mean? Then you have Lupita Nyong'o, you know what I mean? Who's beautiful, and she doesn't, you know, she wears her natural hair, and she has her beautiful natural features, you know? And so I think that it's just about seeing more of us become successful and become respected in society, that then people can say, oh, I don't have to just be a Beyonce to be respected and be adored. I could be, you know, Issa Rae or someone else, you know what I mean, that is naturally themselves, you know what I mean, that I can look up to that look like me. So I just think that it's about, you know, us. I think it's our time now, honestly. Do you guys not think so? I think it's our time. I think we're seeing more women being comfortable with the whole Black girl magic, which I think is not just the African American movement. I think that's for the entire diaspora. But, you know, just we're owning our beauty, and I think that it's happening, but we just need to keep it going, and we just need to, and that thing when you said about it being a trend, I think we don't realize that these are trends, you know what I mean? Because when I remember, you guys remember in the 90s where it was like Will Smith, all those shows, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden they were ripped from television. So now we have the heat, but we definitely have to realize that it is a trend, right? And let's capitalize off of this. And so while Hollywood is taking everybody in, while they're having our movies are being sold, and you know, and we're able to own things, I think that this is the time to show those different narratives.